How you guys doing out there? My name is Kyle, and today I'm going to be talking about the film Hacksaw Ridge, which is directed by the one and only Mel Gibson. This film stars Andrew Garfield as Desmond Doss, a skinny young man from Alabama who decides to enlist in the army during World War II. However, there is one huge dilemma. He does not want to kill people. He doesn't want to even carry a gun. Doss became the very first man to be a conscientious objector, someone who wanted to save people instead of kill people during the war. And in doing so, he gets bullied by other people during basic training and nearly goes to prison for it. I feel like every year there's that one film that gets released in theaters with an insane amount of hype, and people absolutely love it. And you actually miss it. It goes out of theaters before you can see it, just as you're about to. But then all of a sudden it comes back into theaters, but at that point all the hype has just died down almost completely. And you go to see it. You still have the hype in you. That technically is a recipe for disappointment in my eyes. I went to go see this movie actually at the IMAX, because that's where they released it. I saw it with my father, who really loves war films. You put a war film in front of him, he will watch it. I'm pretty sure he's seen every World War II film ever made. He loves that era so much. And guys, I loved every goddamn minute of this movie. Hacksaw Ridge is one of the best war films I have ever seen. I like Andrew Garfield as an actor. He's had some not so good performances in my opinion, but he's had some really good ones like in The Social Network. And in this film, he easily delivers his best performance. I think he should deserve the Best Actor Oscar now that I've seen him in this film. The character of Desmond Doss is so interesting, and it really is amazing that this was a real person. And I'm going to reiterate this towards the ending of this review. But what I really love about the character of Desmond Doss is he has fantastic development. We get some incredible flashbacks throughout the first half of the movie that show who he is as a person, his family life, and why he chooses to not kill anyone. It is extremely powerful because he uses religion as well. And we discover that his father, played excellently by Hugo Weaving, fought during World War I, and he is suffering through some crazy PTSD. The film takes its delicate time to set up his character, as well as a fantastic romance story between him and Teresa Palmer's character, who becomes his wife. And coming from someone who's not a fan of romance in movies at all, I felt this romance actually really worked. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with this channel for a while, you do know that I have an issue with pacing in films. In many ways, they could be shorter, in many ways, they could be longer, but I'm talking about pacing of scenes. How a scene begins and how it ends. Do I think it's dragging, or do I think it just quickly cuts to the next scene and we could have seen more of it? I never once had a problem with this during Hacksaw Ridge. In my opinion, every single scene was exactly the right length. And I really have to thank Mel Gibson for doing this. His direction of this movie is amazing. Every shot felt like it needed to be there, and every shot felt warranted. But what really surprised me about the pacing is that it takes him, I'd say, at least a solid hour to get to the basic training, because they set up his character so well. I don't think we get to the first action scene until maybe a little bit more than halfway throughout the film, and that's how well it kept me on my toes. But the basic training scenes were great. I will say, when Vince Vaughn was revealed to be the drill sergeant in this film, I didn't know what to think about it because Vince Vaughn is the funny man. He's usually in comedy. In some aspects, he did remind me of the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket, even though he's in a field of his own, but Vince Vaughn really did a good job selling the fact that he was a drill sergeant. Throughout the basic training sequences, we also get some good development of the other soldiers who look down on Doss and actually beat him up due to the fact that they believe he's a coward and he doesn't belong there. Another aspect of Desmond Doss I really like is the fact that this is a man who won't stand down. He will definitely fight back, but it will be verbally instead of physically. It gives the character more humanity, and once again, the fact that he was a real person just makes it all so much better. So now let's get to the action. Wow, wow, wow. The way the action is directed blew my mind. And guys, I've seen a lot of war films, but I have never heard bullets that loud before. And especially seeing it in the IMAX, it was like that volume times 10. The bullets were just flying all over the place. And I love the fact that Gibson wisely directed it with this sense of disorientation, because that's exactly what a soldier would feel like in this particular situation. Gibson really poured his heart and soul into every shot to make it as realistic as possible, because they actually happen. but at the same time, he also really wanted to illustrate what our veterans go through. The battlefield is not going to be even in any way. People are going to get shot, people are going to die. It is all very sudden, but once again, it is incredible to learn that Doss saved all of those men without killing anyone. And that's really what makes the third act of this movie so special. He's going through trenches. He's literally searching the battlefield not to kill anyone, but to rescue anyone he can. I'm sitting there watching the film and I'm thinking, holy shit. This man actually existed and he saved all those people without firing a single bullet. It is absolutely incredible, and this story absolutely needed to be told. As a biopic, it succeeded in everything it needed to succeed in, and it actually really exceeded that. Say what you want about Mel Gibson, but I do think that he has returned, and I do think he is back, because this movie is now a Best Picture nominee, and it absolutely deserves every single award it could get. Andrew Garfield's performance as Desmond Doss was phenomenal. And this is kind of a side note, but Mel Gibson had an interview with Stephen Colbert while promoting the film, and he described Desmond Doss as a superhero without spandex. And I think that line is perfect. It completely represents who Doss was. He was an incredible man doing these extraordinary things when he could have easily been killed. And that truly is what makes this story powerful, because it actually happened. Everything in this movie, as far as I'm concerned, is factual. Guys, I loved Hacksaw Ridge. This movie absolutely impacted me. It was easily one of the best movies I saw last year, and one of the best war films, I think, of all time. And you know what, guys? Hacksaw Ridge gets an A+. So what do you guys out there think about Hacksaw Ridge? I would love to hear your comments, so send them in the comment section below. Guys, thank you so much for watching my reviews. As always, I'm coming back with a very special video. That's right, my top 10 movies of 2016 list. That's going to be very exciting. It's going to be a big video. I am so pumped. Thank you guys so much as always for watching my reviews, and stay tuned.